support and trust in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us, the assembly, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests are committed to our church. Amen. Honorable members, you may be seated. Honourable members, good afternoon. The attention of the chair has been raised for lack of quorum. Under Standing Order 37.2, I direct the Sergeant at Arms to ring a bell for a record of 10 minutes as you leave the door wide open. Honourable members, we now have a quorum to allow us to transact the business of the day. Kindly, clerk, proceed.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair. Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements.
Honorable Mark Mugambi, Honorable Diana Katile, and Honorable Diana Katile again. Honorable Katile, you may be seated.
Thank you, Speaker, for protecting me from Diana Katile, the Honorable. And Honorable Speaker, I have a request for statement, and this is history of ownership and use.
Order, members, honorable members. Chairperson for Budget Committee, please.
Thank you, Speaker, Honorable, for protecting me once again from goons.
You just said goons.
No, Speaker, I have not said goons, Speaker. Yeah.
Proceed.
Thank you. They are still continuing, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order number 472C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Sectoral Committee on Lands, Planning and Housing regarding the history of ownership and use of a plot number CS27, parcel of land situated along Moi Drive, Umoja 1C, within Embakasi West sub-county. Honorable Speaker, the said parcel of land has for a long period been used by hawkers and small-scale traders. Concerns have, however, been raised following the recent removal of hawkers on the site and claims regarding the ownership and private use of the said land. Honorable Speaker, there are further concerns regarding the original planning status of the parcel, including whether the land was designated as an infill, public utility, open space, or land reserved for other public purposes, and the circumstances under which it came to be treated as an individually owned parcel. Honorable Speaker, given the historical use of the land by members of the public and the concerns surrounding its current status, there is need for the county executive to provide a clear account of the history. Also, planning designation, allocation, and subsequent changes affecting the parcel. Honorable Speaker, in the statement, the chairperson should inquire into and report on 1. A detailed historical account of the parcel of land, including its original designation and intended purpose. 2. Whether the parcel was originally designated as an infill, public utility, open space, market space, or any other category of land, and provide the relevant approved plans and planning records. And 3, whether the parcel was at any time reserved for public use or intended to serve the surrounding community as an open space. or an infill, or a trading area, or other public facility. And finally, the measures being undertaken by the county executive to establish and preserve the original planning status of the parcel and protect land designated for public purposes from irregular allocation or change of use. Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, you are out of order, Honorable Majority Leader. The Speaker is on the floor, please. Honorable Ellen, kindly find your place. Honorable Minority Whip, you are much alive to the fact that we still don't have the chair of the Planning and Housing Committee. And again, unfortunately, the chairperson for Liaison Committee is not in the Assembly. And for that reason, I direct the leadership by the Majority Leader to take responsibility and relay the same immediately after the committee is properly constituted. Honorable Majority Leader, please.
Honorable Speaker, we are laughing with my younger brother here whether the statement, this parcel of land, you know what you know, Speaker. But I undertake that in the next 2 weeks after the constitution of the committees, after recess, we'll deeply go into this. And he has assured me there's no cause for alarm. So we plead with him that in the next 2 weeks after recess, we'll be able to delve into it, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the Majority Leader has just made my day. And then a quote came to my mind that a goat can never receive a fair hearing in a jury being led by hyenas. And that's said and done, Honorable Speaker. Well, the 2 weeks is okay, or however, Speaker, I also would like you to help us fast track other statements that we've asked the same committee of planning. I have 2 other pending land matters for the last 2 years, Honorable Speaker, concerning illegal or irregular occupation of public utilities within Umoja One Ward. Honorable Speaker, in some instances I've even been taken to court for stopping occupation or construction of the said pieces of land. And therefore, I beg this to not only be a statement, but also let it not be a regular or the normal statements that we do ask. Let's find conclusion to this issue, Honorable Speaker, because I also have a petition that the residents of Umoja petition to have public utility reverted, and the committee, I think, made recommendation, and the executive have never done anything. With that said and done, I think the 2 weeks will suffice. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Diana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is a request for statement regarding compliance of the proposed 11-story development on Nairobi Block 91/419, United Nations Crescent Gigiri, within the zoning policy. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 47-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Sectoral Committee on Lands, Planning and Housing regarding the proposed development of 11-story development on LR number Nairobi/Block 91/419, United Nations Crescent Gigiri. Honorable Speaker, Part 2 of the second schedule of the Constitution of Kenya provides that the urban planning function shall be executed by the county governments. The Nairobi City County Physical Planning and Land Use Laws and the Physical and Land Use Planning Act 2019 and the recently passed Development Control Policy further require public participation and approval prior to any development. Honorable Speaker, the Nairobi City County Assembly approved the revised Development Control Policy on 17th June 2026. In the said policy, the county's planning framework identifies Gigiri as a low-density residential area. Honorable Speaker, the development is situated within a low-density residential zone where the existing planning character is intended to preserve low-rise development, adequate open spaces, residential amenity, and established character of the neighborhood. Honorable Speaker, of particular concern is the apparent application of the high-rise development provisions applicable to the first row along Limuru Road to LR number Nairobi Block 91/419, a parcel that is located in the third row from Limuru Road. High-rise developments permitted along the first row should not automatically be extended to properties located deeper within the low-density neighborhood where the applicable zoning controls do not permit such intensification. Honorable Speaker, allowing an 11-story building on this particular parcel will therefore create a significant planning precedent and would undermine the principle of orderly development and the integrity of the zoning framework. It would also fundamentally alter the character of the surrounding low-density neighborhood. Honorable Speaker, in the statement, the chairperson should inquire and report to the County Assembly on the following. 1, while considering the development approvals, what zoning classification applied to the development of LR number Nairobi Block 91/419. 2, whether Nairobi County Executive Department of Urban Planning has granted any development approvals, change of user consent, or any other approvals for the proposed 11-story on LR number Nairobi Block 91/419, and if so, provide certified copies of the approvals and all surrounding documentation. 3, whether public participation was conducted in respect to the proposed change of user, and if so, to provide attendance registers, photographs, reports, and any publications made in print or broadcast media. 4, whether affected residents and adjoining landowners were duly notified, particularly residents located along the access routes to the proposed development, and provide documentary evidence of such notification. 5, whether all requisite environmental approvals and process were undertaken, including the project brief, environmental studies, traffic assessments, security plans, and correspondence with the National Environment Management Authority, NEMA. 6, whether the county has undertaken an assessment of the planning and infrastructural implications of the proposed development, including traffic access, parking, drainage, security, and compatibility with the existing character of Gigiri. And finally, number 7, what measures the county executive is taking to ensure that all developments comply with the recently passed Development Control Policy 2026.
The Honorable Majority Leader, on behalf of the committee, kindly.
Honorable Speaker, on the same, I plead with my colleague that we delve into this 2 weeks after recess.
Honorable Katile, what further requests?
Yes. I agree to the 2 weeks commitment that has been made and ask that the same be complied with. I have another statement regarding compliance of the proposed 12-story development on Nairobi Block 91/157 and 91/158 United Nations Gigiri within the zoning policy. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 47-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Sectoral Committee on Lands, Planning and Housing regarding the proposed development of a 12-story 185 hotel suites by Season Global Limited on the amalgamated parcels Nairobi Block 91/157 and 91/158 along United Nations Crescent Gigiri. Honorable Speaker, Part 2 of the second schedule of the Constitution of Kenya provides that the urban planning function shall be executed by the county governments. The Nairobi City County Physical Planning and Land Use Laws and the Physical and Land Use Planning Act 2019 and the recently passed Development Control Policy further require public participation and the approval prior to any development. Honorable Speaker, the Nairobi City County Assembly approved the revised Development Control Policy on 17th June 2026. In the said policy, the county's planning framework identifies Gigiri as a low-density residential area. The applicable zoning framework has historically provided for low-density residential development in Gigiri, one-family dwelling houses. Honorable Speaker, concerns have been raised by Gigiri Village Association, a registered neighborhood association representing residents of Gigiri, regarding the planning approvals, change of user, public participation, and environmental approvals associated with the proposed 12-story development in a low-density residential area. The association has stated that during a meeting described as Public Participation Forum held on 9 February 2026, the developers' representative indicated that Nairobi City County had already granted approval for the proposed development and issued a change of use consent allegedly based on the signatures from 10 residents of Gigiri. The residents have contested these assertions and stated that no public participation had been conducted within Gigiri prior to that meeting, and the affected residents had not been notified. Honorable Speaker, further concerns have been raised by residents living directly along one of the two access routes to the proposed development, who reportedly did not receive written notification concerning either the change of use application or public participation as prescribed by the county building guidelines. Honorable Speaker, in the statement, the chairperson should inquire into and report to the County Assembly on the following. 1, while considering the development approvals, what zoning classification applied to the development of the 12-story silver suites? 2, whether Nairobi County Executive Department of Urban Planning has granted any development approvals, change of user consent, or any other approvals for the proposed 185 hotel suites on Nairobi Block 91/157 and 91/158, and if so, provide certified copies of the approvals and all supporting documentation. 3, whether public participation was conducted in respect to the proposed change of user, and if so, to provide attendance registers, photographs, reports, and any publications made in print or broadcast media. 4, whether affected residents and adjoining landowners were duly notified, particularly residents located along the access routes to the proposed development, and provide documentary evidence of such notification. 5, whether all requisite environmental approvals and processes were undertaken, including the project brief, environmental studies, traffic assessments, security plans, and correspondence with National Environment Management Authority. Whether county has undertaken an assessment of the planning and infrastructural implications of the proposed development, including traffic access, parking, drainage, security, and compatibility with the existing character of Gigiri. And finally, Mr. Speaker, what measures the county executive is taking to ensure that all developments comply with the recently passed Development Control Policy 2026.
The Leader of Majority.
Honorable Speaker, that statement is so deep, and I don't know whether it's a practice in this House through the clerk's office or the assistant clerks or the draft of the statement, a statement to take more than 3 minutes being read. There's a precedent set by this House that a statement must be simple and precise to the key points. This one is so deep. To an extent, did it really go through the veracity of the standard procedure? All said and done, because Wakil is the drafter, maybe she drafted and just put on a letterhead. because of the causes as raised by the deputy, the whip here, we are thinking we give us 3 weeks after recess so that we can go through reading 1 week. The statement is so deep. And then 2 weeks, we'll invite you, and then we'll give a substantive answer, including the site visit of the same place you're saying. But I want to assure you, I sit also in that committee, irrespective of being a leader of majority. Now we are going to work for you. And we promise you that.
Thank you, Honorable Majority Leader. Clerk, let's proceed.
Order number 8, motion.
Honorable Minority Whip, what is the issue?
Honorable Speaker, I just wanted to make a request to you, with all due respect, if we can do a change of sequence to motion number 10, Honorable Speaker. From 8 to 10. Thank you.
Permitted.
Honorable Speaker, allow me to thank the Minority Whip for the request. As you're aware, in this House, I am with him and my deputy, Mheshimiwa Kaende, who are permitted by the standing orders to run such a procedural motion. Having said that, without much ado, Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provision of standing order number 31 and 31.3, this Assembly adjourns until Tuesday, 29 September 2026 at 2:30 p.m. in accordance with the calendar of the County Assembly regular session. Honorable Speaker, I don't want to waste a lot of time, as you're aware that a day before yesterday we tabled the committees of sectoral committees, and I'm aware that all the calendar for elections out through the office of the clerk, and all our committee members will be delving into elections of the sectoral and select committees are pending. And subsequently, all the committees, the clerk has aligned the induction procedures for respective committees before we embark into proper work that ends our session. Honorable Speaker, is prudent, therefore, as we go on this recess, is primarily to align committees and their new chairs and their new vice chairs, and those will be changed from one committee to another to enact themselves with the standing orders, and also the procedure and how these committees work. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, without much ado, allow me to invite the leader of minority to second. Albeit he has just walked in. Karibu, sir. We're on the same procedural motion where we share. The whip is asking to second because the boss has just arrived.
Thank you, Honorable
Thank
Speaker.
you,
Honorable Speaker, since our leader has just walked in, I wouldn't want him to be bombarded by or ambushed by the majority without a prior understanding of what has just been, or will he be seconding. And Honorable Speaker, I beg to second the adjournment motion, owing to the fact that honorable members, especially the elected, have just received bursaries and they need to have more time with their voters. And therefore, these recess gives them adequate time to interact and make sure they issue their bursaries in a more organized way. Now that we are nearing the election, we are only 363 days to the next election, and this recess will be a good time for them at least to interact with their constituents. With that said and done, I beg to second the motion.
Thank you. Honourable members, I now propose the question that pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 31 and 31.3, this Assembly adjourns until Tuesday, 29 September 2026 at 2:30 p.m. in accordance with the calendar of the County Assembly regular session. Honorable Yugi.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. Mr. Speaker, I pressed this button long before you gave Majority Leader the opportunity because according to the order paper, my motion was appearing as number 1. I did not even hear the Majority Leader asking for the change of sequence. However,
Yes.
I have no objection about the adjournment. Mr. Speaker, allow me to, before I support the adjournment, are we doing away with the motions that are appearing in the order paper, or we are adjourning and then we proceed with the
We are proceeding with the business.
Thank you, I support.
It is just a change of sequence.
I support the adjournment.
Thank you. Honorable Mary Wanjiru Kariuki.
Honorable Speaker, I seek your indulgence. We can't find my card. I'm the one who is using Wanjiru's karaoke.
You ought to have made the request much earlier. Be seated, Honorable Member.
Thank you.
You are out of order. Honorable Minority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I would also like to request that we allow committees to sit while we are on recess. I don't know whether I'm late to request that, but I think the Majority Leader will tell you that members have not been sitting for the last 2 weeks, and this is going to have a very serious impact on their pay slips. So, and we have a lot of business that needs to be taken care of by the committee. So I would request that we instruct that the committee start immediately on Monday as we do elections, so that the new chairman, whether they are new or recycled, that they start calling for meetings so that members start working on
Minority Leader, with all due respect, kindly use parliamentary language. You can't recycle the leadership in the assembly. They can only be re-elected.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to withdraw that. And I would love to seek, as the mover replies, I would like him to advise me what to call as a chair who has come back a second time, because I think it is not new. But for those who have new chairmen, let them bring new energy, and those chairmen who are coming back again also new energy, so that we start sitting on Monday. Thank you.
Thank you, honourable members. The request of the Leader of Minority for the purposes of the committees to run throughout the recess period is granted, and I direct the clerk to facilitate that. Thank you. Let's proceed. I don't have any further requests, and that brings the closer to that debate on the adjournment. Thank you. Honorable Majority Leader, you don't have to reply because it's automatic. Thank you. Clerk, let's proceed. We revert back to the normal sequence as the business appears in the order paper. And you are much aware order number 8 had already been called out. Honorable Yugi, kindly proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, for rescuing English language when it was being butchered by one of our senior members. Thank you for that. A human being cannot be recycled. Thank you for the guidance. Mr. Speaker, aware that paragraph 5 of part 2 of the 4th schedule of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 provides for the county transport, including but not limited to county roads, street lighting, traffic and parking and public road transportation as a devolved county function. Further, aware that Section 5.2 of the Nairobi City County Transport Act 2020 provides that the relevant county executive committee member shall be responsible for inter-alia regulation of our integrated public transport system and promotion of non-motorized transport in the country. distributed that road safety remains a critical concern within CBD, particularly within the central business district, where high human and vehicle traffic creates increased risk for accidents and conflicts among road users. Deeply concerned that the rapid growth of boda motorcycle transport and public service vehicles, PSVs, especially matatus, has significantly contributed to congestion, disorderly movement, and frequent violations of traffic regulations within the CBD. With the highest violators of lane discipline and use of walkways being the boda operators, cognizant that pedestrians and other users of non-motorized transport continue to face unsafe conditions due to encroachment of footpaths, walkways, and designated non-motorized transport lanes by motorcycles and other vehicles, comprises public safety, accessibility, and order within the city. Agitated that excessive hooting and the use of loud and modified mufflers by motor vehicles and motorcycles within the CBD has created noise pollution, causing nuisance and disruption to corporate offices, government institutions, learning institutions, and other public spaces. Recognizing that the promotion of disciplined road usage, enforcement of traffic regulations, and reduction of noise pollution are critical components of a safe, orderly, and livable urban environment. Appreciating that effective collaboration between the county government, the national government, and relevant agencies is essential in achieving sustainable and safety and urban mobility management. This assembly therefore resolves that the county government of Nairobi develops and implements a comprehensive road safety and urban order campaign with particular focus on the central business district aimed at promoting safe and orderly coexistence among boda motorcycle riders, public service vehicles operators, pedestrians, and users of non-motorized transport. 2, the county executive, in collaboration with the national government and its agencies, enforces regulations to ban unnecessary hooting within the central business district, prohibit the use of loud and modified mufflers by motor vehicles and motorcycles that contribute to excessive noise pollution, and establish and enforce acceptable noise level standards within urban areas. 3, the county executive develops supportive infrastructure and systems, including clearly demarcated pedestrian walkways and non-motorized transport lanes, and installation of signage of no hooting zones and noise control areas within the CBD. 4, enforce the 10 kilometer per hour speed limit within the central business district. 5, develop more pedestrian crossing zones, zebra crossings, and enforce the use of them for the safety of road users. Finally, the county executive to submit a progress report within 6 months to the county assembly detailing the implementation status of the road safety campaign, compliance levels among road users, and reduction in accidents, encroachment cases, and noise pollution levels within the CBD. Mr. Speaker, before I invite the seconder to this motion, Mr. Speaker, I wonder whether you have, the last time you went down streets and witnessed for yourself the madness that pedestrians of Nairobi are facing from the rogue, for lack of a better word, the rogue motorists and how do you call it, the piki riders. Something has to be done. If you are in Nairobi down from Hilton area, going down, it's like you are in hell, not Nairobi. Accidents that are occasionally happening can really be controlled if these measures are put in place. Mr. Speaker, I want to urge members to soberly contribute to this motion so that we may pass it as a law in this city. So allow me to invite Honorable Wairia to second this motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Allow me to congratulate the Honorable Oyugi for a well thought out motion. And we all crave for an orderly city, and this motion is coming at a very critical time of our term. And allow me to also inform this House that even the hooting that he's talking about, it also happens in our estates. And public service vehicles hoot along the road even as early as 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. and it is also a nuisance to the families that live in the estates. So the Honorable Oyugi, the motion should also seek to ban hooting even in those estates because it is also inconveniences the residents and especially the young children in the estates. With that, the Honorable Speaker, I beg to second. Thank you.
Honorable members, I now propose the question under motion number 8 on the promotion of road safety in Nairobi City County as it appears in the order paper. Honorable members. Honorable Minority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, I stand here to support this motion and congratulate my brother for bringing it now and also castigate him for not bringing it earlier. Honorable Speaker, like he has said that the upper part of town, that is the CBD, that is the Central Business District, which is where we are, is quickly turning into the chaotic downtown. Honorable Speaker, I know that even the downtown people deserve a favorable working environment. On top of the traffic jam and everything, this madness, this traffic madness has also affected business. It is very difficult to drive down there to buy anything. Honorable Speaker, I think this is a motion that is long overdue, and I hope that the county executive does not just support, does not just develop policies, that they implement and enforce. I have seen that he has used the word enforce enough times. I hope that the message sinks in the inspectorate, in the traffic department, in the roads department, and in all departments that need to make this city work and make this city good for business. I would want to support this motion and say that on top of passing it as quickly as we will, it will also be enforced and implemented even more faster because it is urgent. Honorable Speaker, I beg to support.
Thank you. Honorable Lily Kidenda.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to support this motion. While I appreciate the significant contribution that the border operators, the motorbikes, have brought to our lives, starting from the time when we had COVID and we couldn't go out to shop, they were able to shop. And they've continued to significantly contribute to our comfort, especially those whom take care of day-to-day runnings of homes. As I support this motion, Mr. Speaker, allow me to just give a few examples, and I go beyond the motorbike operators, the border, I go into the Matatu area, as was alluded to by the mover of the motion. I thank Mheshimiwa Oyugi, and I would like to say that this is truly long overdue because every day it only gets worse. As I was coming to town this morning, I was in a vehicle and there was one of the bigger matatus, and the music that was coming from that matatu was actually making the glass windows of the matatu vibrate. I sympathized with those who are inside the matatu, but I also know that there are people who enjoy that kind of music. But the noise pollution that we are allowing because of what we have called the chaos that are being done within the CBD and even the outskirts, we need to do something about it. The last time I checked, we had an office called NEMA that was given the responsibility to deal with this. I know other offices are also involved. Mr. Speaker, I would like to request that this motion be taken seriously as it deserves, and immediately and as promptly as possible. Because the longer we wait to deal with what we are experiencing, the greater the chaos will get. And the more difficult it will be to recreate and recapture the order that was Nairobi City. Our slogan was, "Make Nairobi work." This assembly has a short stint before we come to the next elections. This has come. May we spend time, examine, look, and be honest with ourselves and act not just for ourselves, but for our children, for our posterity. We appreciate what they bring on the table, but it is critical that we bring it with order, with consideration to everyone else who uses the bodabodas and uses the matatus, and take care of ourselves and honor and respect our transportation system. Honorable Speaker, I beg to support.
Thank you. Honorable Kamau Joyce.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support this motion. Mr. Speaker, it is true we need order in this city, in Nairobi City, in the capital city of Kenya. And just to remind this House that one of His Excellency Sakaja's manifesto was to decongest the city and to have a proper system in the matatu industry. So I just want to urge the mobility sector to take it up so that we can have order as this motion implies. And also, Mr. Speaker, recently we have also witnessed so many accidents and so many deaths within the city because of the chaos that is within that area. So it is upon us now as a House and as the executive to take it up so that we may bring and serve the people as we are mandated to do so in this House. Thank you so much. I support Honorable Yugi. Thank you.
Honorable Helen.
Asante sana Bwana Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii ili niweze kuunga mkono mjadala huu. Bwana Spika, kwanza nataka kumpongeza chairman wa maji Mheshimiwa Kennedy Oyugi kwa kuleta mjadala huu wakati ufaao. Bwana Spika, Bwana Spika, hii motion imenikumbusha wakati wa Mchuki, na naomba sana tungekuwa na hizo Mheshimiwa Mchuki, Mungu ailaze roho yake mahali pema peponi, aliweza kutia mkazo Bwana Spika wakati ambapo alikuwa minister. Bwana Spika, Bwana Spika, sahi ni jambo la kuhuzunisha sana kuwa wakati unatembea barabarani, hata ukifika mahali wameweka ati watu wanapita na miguu, inaitwa zebra crossing, utapata magari wenye wanakimbia na wenye wanatembea na mguu wanakimbia Bwana Spika, ili wasiweze kugongwa na gari. Bwana Spika, madereva wa hizi magari ndogo ndogo binafsi, gari binafsi pamoja na matatu Bwana Spika, hawana wakati wa kusimama na kujua ni wakati wa wenye wanapita na mguu kupewa nafasi wapite. Bwana Spika, ni kama huo wakifika hapo ndo wanaambiwa wakanyage, wasikanyage brake, wakanyage mafuta Bwana Spika, badala ya kukanyaga brake. Bwana Spika, juzi tumeweza kuona ajali mingi zikitendeka barabarani. Bwana Spika, utapata mengi ya haya magari ambayo zinasababisha ajali ni hizi magari za uchukuzi. Bwana Spika, utapata nusu ya wenye wanapanda hizo magari Bwana Spika si maabiria bali ni wale conductor wanaopanda gari. Wakishapanda gari wanaketi kwenye dirisha, utapata wako na zile vifirimbi wanapanda kwa dirisha. Alafu siku hizi pia wameleta ati kuna, ukienda Mombasa Road Bwana Speaker, utakuwa na shocked kupata matatu zinafanya zile zinaendesha gari, alafu kuna zile dini zenye wanasema wanaita ati nyoka dance ama snake dance. Utapata gari inaenda hivi na mbele yako Bwana Speaker, unaendesha, inaweza fanya ugonge gari na uko umeiona. Alafu kuna mwende mwingine pia.
Remember, we don't admit sign language while you are contributing to the bit.
Bwana Speaker, zinaenda zigzag. Zinaenda zigzag.
Zigzag is, the last time I checked, is an English language. Can you confine yourself to Kiswahili, please?
Asante Bwana Speaker. Bwana Speaker, asante, nimerekebishwa. Magari zinaenda kona. Haziendi straight venye zinafaa kuenda.
Straight is an English word.
Bwana Speaker, yani Kenya na...
remember, you know you are right on handset.
Yes, Bwana Speaker.
Yes, please.
Bwana Speaker, najaribu kusema tutilie mkazo. Matatu ama magari za uchukuzi zinapoendeshwa barabarani wakuwe na adabu barabarani, ili tuweze wasiweke maisha ya wapigaji kura wetu hatarini. Bwana Speaker, Bwana Speaker, hata sasa ukiangalia kuna zile matatu zinapita hapa kwa hii barabara yetu ya City Hall na ziruhusiwi kupita hapo. Bwana Speaker, naomba hii motion itiliwe mkazo wakati ambapo itaenda kule ile side